In this video, we will cover the following topics: what IEEE citations are and when and why you might use them, how to format IEEE citations for your reference list and for in-text citations, what IEEE citations look like for different source types, and where to find more information when you have an unusual or tricky source. IEEE stands for the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. IEEE is a professional organization that produces a large amount of technical literature and standards and holds conferences on a variety of subjects in fields like electrical and electronic engineering, telecommunications, and computer engineering. IEEE citations are commonly used for works in technical fields, particularly in computer science. In IEEE citation style, in-text citations consist of numbers provided in square brackets, which correspond to appropriate sources in the reference list at the end of your paper. In-text citations are included in the body of the work when you quote, paraphrase, or otherwise refer to a source. The order of the reference list corresponds to when things are cited in the text. In-text citations. It is not necessary to mention an author's name, pages used, or date of publication in the in-text citation. Instead, refer to the source with a number in a square bracket inside the punctuation in the sentence, which will then correspond to the full citation in your reference list. Number your sources as you cite them in the paper. Once you have referred to a source and given it a number, continue to use that same number as you cite that source throughout the paper. When citing multiple sources at once, the preferred method is to list each number separately in its own brackets using a comma or dash between numbers. In-text citations can be used like footnote numbers and put after the author's names, or can be used as nouns as if referring directly to the title of a work. This is the correct format for a print book citation in IEEE. After listing the number of the citation, and all of these examples will use the number 1 to demonstrate, you list the author or editor of the book, then the title, and the edition if it is an edition other than the first, and then the location and name of the publisher, followed by the year the book was published. Here is an example using the McGraw-Hill Encyclopedia of Chemistry. We start with the number of the citation, then the author, starting with their first and middle initials and then last name, then their status as an editor with the abbreviation ED. Then we put in the title, followed by the location and name of the publisher, and finally the year the book was published. When you are creating citations, always pay attention to the specific formatting rules, including any capitalization and italics. In IEEE book citations, for instance, the title is italicized and in what's called title case, meaning all principal words start with a capital letter. The format for IEEE ebook citations is similar to the format for print books. The citation starts out the same way, with the author followed by the title along with the edition, if other than the first, then the location and name of the publisher. Sometimes, however, ebooks might not include this information, so if they do not, it is fine to leave it out. Then we have the year the book was published, and in brackets, we specify that this resource is an ebook. Then we add the online location of the book, which is usually the URL. Now we're going to look at examples of journal articles, both in print and online. The formats, like those of print books and ebooks, are quite similar. Print journal article citations start off after the number of the citation with the author's names, followed by the title of the article in quotation marks, then the abbreviated title of the journal, then the volume and issue numbers, followed by the specific page range of the article, and then by the year it was published. Online journal article citations are almost exactly the same as print journal citations, but at the end of the citation, they will have either a URL or a DOI to direct the researcher directly to the article's online location. DOI stands for Digital Object Identifier and serves as a stable link to the article. If the article you are citing has a DOI, use that in your citation rather than a URL. Conference papers are another popular form of technical literature. To cite a conference paper, start again with the number of the citation, followed by the author, then the title of the paper in quotation marks. Then include the full name of the conference at which the paper was presented and the location of the conference if it is given. Then list the year of the conference and the page range of the paper if it is available. This is an example of a conference paper from one of the many annual IEEE conferences, the International Power Electronics and Application Conference and Exposition. Remember again to note the format used for capitalization in these citations. Here, the name of the conference is given in title case, while the title of the paper is in sentence case, where only the first word of the title along with any proper nouns are capitalized. If you have questions about aspects of IEEE citations that we did not cover in this video, we recommend checking out the Citing Sources Guide from the WPI Library. This guide provides examples of IEEE citations for a variety of sources. If you have any questions about citations, you can also, of course, ask one of the librarians here at WPI, and we are happy to help.